You are watching Motivational Wisdom, the place where we explore the wisdom of the ages. Today, we're delving into the profound teachings of Jesus Christ, one of history's most influential figures. Join us on this spiritual journey as we unlock the meaning behind 5 of his most powerful quotes.
Quote number 1, "Love your neighbor as yourself," Mark 12:31, comes from the New Testament of the Bible and is one of the core teachings of Jesus. It encourages us to treat others with the same care and respect that we would want for ourselves. I will explain it to you to help you gain a deeper understanding of this quote. Now listen. This quote conveys a fundamental principle of empathy and compassion. It teaches us to consider the well-being and feelings of others, just as we naturally consider our own. Loving your neighbor means showing kindness, understanding, and support to the people around you, regardless of their background, beliefs, or circumstances. It's a call to foster a sense of community, cooperation, and harmony in our daily lives. For example, imagine you have a noisy neighbor who often plays loud music late into the night, disturbing your sleep and peace. You find this situation quite frustrating, and you're tempted to react negatively. However, if you apply the principle of love your neighbor as yourself, you might handle the situation differently. Instead of responding with anger or irritation, you might choose to approach your neighbor with kindness and understanding. You could knock on their door and politely explain how the noise affects your sleep and well-being. By showing empathy and respect, you're more likely to foster a positive and cooperative relationship with your neighbor. They might, in turn, be more considerate and willing to adjust their behavior to accommodate your needs, resulting in a better living situation for both of you. In this scenario, loving your neighbor as yourself means treating your neighbor with the same consideration you'd want if the roles were reversed. It's a practical way to resolve conflicts, build stronger communities, and make daily life more harmonious and enjoyable for everyone involved. Number 2, in your anger, do not sin. Do not let the sun go down while you are still angry, and do not give the devil a foothold. Ephesians 4:26-27. This passage advises that it's natural to feel anger at times, but it encourages us not to let anger lead us into sinful or harmful actions. It emphasizes the importance of addressing and resolving our anger rather than allowing it to fester. Allowing unresolved anger to persist can lead to negative consequences, both in our personal lives and in our relationships with others. Here's an example scenario. Imagine a situation where you have a disagreement with a close friend or family member. You both have strong opinions on the matter and emotions run high. Instead of letting anger escalate the conflict, you decide to apply this quote's wisdom. You take time to cool off and collect your thoughts before addressing the issue. You don't let the anger consume you or lead to hurtful words or actions. By the time you approach your friend or family member, you've gained a more balanced perspective and are better equipped to have a constructive conversation. You work together to find a solution to the problem, rather than letting anger create a deeper divide between you. This quote reminds us to manage our anger and address conflicts promptly, ensuring that anger doesn't have a destructive influence on our relationships or our own well-being. It encourages us to find peaceful and constructive ways to resolve issues, rather than harboring anger and giving it the power to harm us and those around us. Quote number 3, "My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry, because human anger does not produce the righteousness that God desires." James 1:19-20. It underscores the importance of exercising patience and restraint in our responses, especially when confronted with challenging circumstances or the actions of others that may provoke us. The wisdom shared here suggests that reacting impulsively with anger often fails to lead to the moral and righteous behavior that aligns with God's desires. Picture a work environment where you're facing a difficult and demanding boss. Your boss frequently criticizes your work, and it's becoming increasingly frustrating. Instead of immediately reacting with anger, you decide to apply the wisdom from this quote. You choose to be quick to listen, meaning you actively listen to your boss's feedback and try to understand their perspective. You're slow to speak, taking your time to formulate thoughtful responses rather than reacting impulsively. And you're slow to become angry, maintaining your composure even in the face of criticism. By doing so, you create an atmosphere of open communication and professionalism. Your patience and self-control enable you to respond to the challenges at work in a constructive manner, ultimately leading to a better working relationship with your boss and personal growth in handling difficult situations. This quote encourages us to practice patience and self-control, emphasizing that such qualities lead to righteousness and more effective resolution of conflicts in our daily lives. Quote number 4. Fools give full vent to their rage, but the wise bring calm in the end. Proverbs 29:11. This verse contrasts the behavior of fools who allow their anger to explode without restraint, with the wisdom of those who maintain control over their emotions. It suggests that responding to anger with self-control and calmness is a wiser course of action. For example, consider a situation where you find yourself in a heated argument with a close friend or family member. Your emotions are running high, and you're on the verge of saying hurtful things. Instead, you remember this quote. You choose not to give full vent to your anger. Instead, you take a deep breath and attempt to calm the situation. You express your concerns and feelings in a more composed and thoughtful manner. This approach de-escalates the argument, allowing for a more constructive conversation and a resolution that benefits both parties. This quote encourages us to exercise wisdom by controlling our anger and seeking solutions in a calm and collected manner. It underscores that allowing anger to rule our actions often leads to negative outcomes, while maintaining self-control can lead to better results and stronger relationships. Before we dive into the last topic, make sure to subscribe so you'll never miss our next video that can help you grow. Don't forget to also share and comment so we can help more people find themselves. Proverbs 14 verse 29. Whoever is patient has great understanding, but one who is quick-tempered displays folly. This proverb highlights the value of patience and how it is linked to wisdom and understanding. It contrasts patience with a quick temper, suggesting that those who remain patient in challenging situations demonstrate wisdom, while those who react impulsively with anger show foolishness. Here's the best scenario, then I can explain about it. Imagine you're stuck in heavy traffic, running late for an important appointment. The frustration builds up and you're tempted to express your anger through aggressive driving or outbursts. However, recalling this proverb, you choose a different path. You decide to remain patient, understanding that getting angry won't alleviate the traffic. Instead, you use this time to listen to calming music, practice deep breathing, or simply reflect on positive thoughts. By the time the traffic clears, you're composed and better prepared for your appointment, having avoided unnecessary stress and anger. In this scenario, your patience not only prevents you from making impulsive decisions, but also allows you to approach the situation with a clear mind, demonstrating great understanding in the face of adversity.